everyone, I'm Esther Kovács, co-founder of Drone Talks, and I am now talking with Sascha who is the drone section manager at EASA. Hello.
Hello, Esther.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. So tomorrow you will be leading 2 workshops at the EASA conference here at Amsterdam Drone Week, right?
Right. Tomorrow will be a busy day for me in particular, but also for all of our team. We will have 2 interesting technical workshops back to back. I was already joking earlier that probably afterwards I will have a good rest in the high-speed train back to Cologne.
Yes. And what are those topics? 5G, one of the hottest topic as of today. So maybe let's start with that workshop. So I was just wondering, how cellular connectivity can enable drone operations, or where is the added value, or what do you see as of today of those capabilities?
Yes. So cellular connectivity, in our opinion, will be one of the key enablers for very low-level drone operations, in particular in an urban context. Why? Because primary radar will probably not work there. The usual transponders have their limitations in that very low-level airspace. And we are looking in particular for very light, very cheap and affordable, off-the-shelf products that can ideally be used. So contemporary infrastructure that everyone is carrying around, for example, something like this, ideally, and we are exploring to which extent aerial use is possible already today, or we are discussing in that panel, which are barriers that are needed to be overcome. To which extent is the reliability already assured of the connectivity? Which are technical solutions that are already available today in order to assure that a minimum of connectivity can be provided in a given flight sector, for example?
Yes. So, 2 questions on that. The infrastructure is already there from the telcos, right? But is the technology ready for this? What's your take on that?
That's the question, one of the key questions I'm going to be asking my panelists tomorrow.
Amazing.
Because EASA is an aviation safety regulator, is not a telco specialist. So we have invited and we've teamed up with the telco world here in order to find out and get their views and to get answers to exactly a question like this. So are they ready? Can they support the drone industry?
Yeah.
But there's one more very important factor that we also see, in particular with this electronic conspicuity discussion. We have been wrestling, we're trying to make manned aircraft electronically also conspicuous to unmanned aircraft in new space airspace, for example. And that comes with the added benefit of potentially resolving a long-standing problem that we have in the general aviation domain, where we are struggling for a long time with a good degree of interoperable situational awareness that can be provided for collision avoidance, for example. So one of the points we'd like to discuss as well with the GA community is to which extent can mobile phones already today, and ADSL as we call it, the ADS-B in light version, support the GA community. So everybody who uses very low-level airspace, be it the hang glider, the paraglider, and the glider pilot and the microlight pilot, for example.
Yeah, and I think the question is always here the SLA, right? So what's the minimum, service level agreement, what these telcos can provide? Because I guess you are a safety agency, you need to know the minimum requirements met for safety, right? So probably this is what I guess you will also discuss, your first point is safety always at the EASA.
As a safety regulator, Esther, exactly. Well, our mandate is to talk about safety and environmental compatibility and protection in the first place. We are not the ones to talk to when it comes to what's the price tag to put on, right? We are often being asked that question. We are sensitive to this question, obviously, because we understand that even if we wanted to, in the terms of safety promotion, foster and support voluntary equipage with some sort of equipment on a voluntary basis, there is a certain price elasticity segment in aviation that should not be exceeded, otherwise it would not work. So you don't have that safety benefit.
Yeah.
We are mindful of this, but we let the market to regulate this afterwards. So
Amazing.
we keep saying that EASA as an aviation safety regulator needs to be technologically agnostic.
Amazing, amazing. That's super interesting. And the next panel after that is about eVTOL and IAM demonstrations in Europe airspace. So, I'm just wondering, do we need these demonstrations? I see now, I open my LinkedIn and I see demonstration here, demonstration there. There's another one. And do we need those ones, or what do they prove, Or is it something which is just, done, and we always overlapping the same, or there is really a big value on those ones? What's your take on this?
Again, one of the key questions I'm going to ask my 6 panelists, by the way.
Oh, wow,
so it will be a
6.
pretty packed panel.
Yes.
Intentionally, I must say, because in that panel I wanted to have a very broad range of stakeholders of the community of what we term the IAM community, and here in particular the future UAM community, so that we get all their views. And I have 6 highly interesting people. I'm very grateful that they have all accepted my invitation to join me on that panel, and I'm looking forward to answers to that question, because you are not alone. Every time we read in the news that this OEM, that OEM has done another demo flight in some European city. What's the added value? What's the added value of repeating those demonstrations, right? I have a personal suspicion. I'd like to get that confirmed tomorrow. Personal suspicion would be, for example, that repetitive demonstration flights will likely help foster societal acceptance in different places, key markets. Okay, but there may also be other motivations around, because every city context seems to have its own specifics, and that needs to be tested and validated. But that's the type of stuff I'd like to ask my panelists tomorrow.
It's amazing. I'm actually going to attend. I think it's a very, very interesting topic, one of the hottest topics. And also, what do we do with the data of the demonstrations? What is going to happen with those ones, So it's very, very exciting. Thank you so much, for this interview.
You're welcome. And I'm looking forward to interesting discussions tomorrow with my 2 panelists.